this guy named Sumsack, we know him,
Yeah.
he came out with a Tommy gun, those old school
With the drum?
I remember saying what's up to, like, I'll see Samoans with Samoan tattoo, I was like, hey, what's up, Bruce? And they'd be like, and I'm like, oh damn, it's different out here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on, and I don't want to say things that will jeopardize you guys' show or myself. It's just more like it's...
Say whatever you want.
Say whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, we're pretty.
But I'm actually surprised we haven't got cancelled this far. We're back on the episode of Bros and Cons.
We're gonna do a few testers first with Oxyshred. We got another flavor of today. It's been getting hot lately, so I chose the blueberry lemonade, and the boys chose otherwise. But we're gonna do a little tester quick before we start. I got a special shout out for two of our fans, the winners. Let me just quickly read them out. So I got a special shout out to Millie Matangi Brown.
Wow.
Shout out to
congrats.
her.
You
She
win
was the
just for
winner.
having that name, bro. Dang.
I asked her if she wanted to shout out anyone. She said, shout out to herself. So good on ya. Good on ya. Shout out to us. Shout out to yourself, man. That's the best way to go.
Who's the other one?
The other one, so there was a lady that she chose to shout out to her siblings. I don't have her name here, but here I got her siblings' name. We got Rella, Faith, Seal, and Jane.
Wow.
That is her siblings, and
Shout
shout out to these siblings. She did mention in this comment that her siblings has been there for her and her kids this whole time. So this is a special warm shout out to you guys.
Respect.
And that's it. Let's give it a taste.
Let's go. Let's
and
give
we
it
got
a
a special
taste.
guest that we're gonna announce in the next.
Yeah,
Give it to Jade,
guys,
come on.
today we've got a very special guest to myself. He is very much been a part of my family life as well. He is the uncle of my partner, Samoan, grew up in... Anyways, I'll let him go through all of his upbringings. I don't want to take that as shine, but guys, here is Sam, Uncle Sam, Samoan Sam.
Amen.
This is cool. Right before we get into his story, let's try this out, Sam. Let's try out these Oxysheds. Tell us what the taste of, is it West Sydney?
I got strawberry sunrise. I think I've tasted this one already.
Man.
I don't know, but I've been tasting a lot of Oxys. They've been like punching me with all these deliveries, and I've just been spamming all of them, bro.
It tastes exactly how it tasted last time. Beautiful. Mate. I don't know why I got the same flavor, but beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Shrimps on the
sunrise,
barbie, mate.
That's pretty
Mate,
cool.
lemon's the best. If you're in Sydney right now, it's starting to get hot. I think our summer is gonna look bad. We're still in spring and it's already getting hot.
You lose energy in the heat, brother. You need some
Come
energy.
on.
What do you think, Sam?
Wow, it's beautiful. Right here, strawberry kiwi.
There you go, Oxyshred. Shade.
Oh, man. No, this
Thank
is good.
you, guys. Sam, we'll start off with let's get to know Sam. This is a special guest that we have on. He's from America.
Yeah.
Sam, just for our audience, can you tell us a bit about your background? Where you're from?
Yeah, well, my name is Sam, and I was raised in Santa Ana, California. That's Southern California in Orange County. It's a drug and gang infested area. I mean, growing up in the 90s, you get caught up with the gang lives. You get caught up with a lot of things that a lot of children that I work with now wouldn't want them to go through what I've been through. So just looking back, now I'm caught up.
Yeah.
What's your background? You just Samoan?
I'm Samoan.
Yeah.
Both of my parents are from Samoa.
Yeah. You know where from in Samoa?
My father's from Malia and my mom's from Efenga.
Shout
Oh,
out.
nice.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
villagers. Well,
I noticed you said in the 90s, for those of you guys who watched before, we had another American guy come on the podcast. He mentioned something about the 90s, how it was very, very bad. Was that the case everywhere?
Oh yeah. The 90s in general in California, gangbanging was it was at its peak. I believe.
yeah.
With the East Paliato, how you guys mentioned them, I do remember like in the early 90s, like 91, it was like the murder capital of California.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
America, I think
Uh-huh.
around 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And during that time, gangbanging was like at its peak. Snoop Dogg's album dropped in 93. Pac was 95 where he passed away. So during that time, there was a lot, the streets were really hot.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you think that you reckon that the music had like a great influence in the 90s with the crime, the rising of the crime there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, life wasn't peaches and cream for me. I mean, I was influenced by the music. It makes you go do things that are up to no good.
Yeah.
And there's only two places that you'll end up following that track, and that's either in jail or you dead.
Yeah.
So how was your living conditions back then? Were you living with your parents and siblings, or were you guys separated from each other?
Just like you guys, I had 5 brothers, 1 sister, my grandparents, my parents. We all lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in Santa Anita Hood. That's a Mexican gang back in those days. It's a very big Mexican gang now. They're from the 40s.
Damn.
Los Dramatics.
Damn.
And what they were like, they've taken over the block, or
the whole hood was I think it's like one of the biggest gangs in Orange County. The Baby Blue Rag. It's a Chicano gang. So that's where my influence comes from, because a lot of my homies there. I wasn't raised around black people.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never met any brothers. That's how they call them. African Americans. So the environment that I grew up with was like 90% Mexican.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So just think about blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
It's literally like that.
Crazy.
Wow.
So was there any like did race play a part in a lot of the gang wars there? Would you say?
No, in Orange County, it was basically essays versus essays. Like,
Wow.
The race.
Oh, essay. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean.
The Mexicans.
For a second, I thought he said essay. like in Sydney, it will be essays versus essays.
Something similar like that.
Man, this is crazy.
That's short for us. Like them essays, they're about to roll back around. So majority of the people around were actually Hispanics. Even when you go in school, like if you fill out applications back then, it will say English or Spanish. Like, when you tick the boxes, like when you apply for forms and stuff.
Yeah. And you being of Samoan background, is that like did that make you an outsider, or was that were you guys sort of welcomed, accepted in the Mexican community or sort of thing?
Not really. We were always different because, in elementary school, like primary school here, I remember 1st grade, 2nd grade, like year 1, year 2, I was always different. You'll stand in class and then everyone's like knee high, and then you have me, and then like we were always bigger kids, bigger foreheads, bigger noses, bigger everything. So you stand out more, and they'll be like, "Look at the chongo," that means monkey, and chongo peludo means hairy monkey, and well, like, look at the chongo peludo, pinche mayate. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of your height and your weight, and seeing that you were so different, did you ever get bullied for that?
No. I mean, when you're bigger.
Yeah.
and I have 4 older brothers, so we held it down. Like, I mean, when it's we're of people that have warrior instincts, so we're quick to jump if things happen. But growing up, it wasn't that hard. It was just more that we knew we were different. Everyone else got to go play outside after when it turns dark. But we're inside doing local. As soon as the sun goes down, my dad was like, local. And then if we don't show up, then we get,
belted.
So a lot of my friends, they'd be like, damn, how come why does your dad always hit you? But they don't understand the culture.
Yeah,
That's
the culture
Yeah.
that we have. Yeah.
and my parents they didn't speak English,
Mm.
so my dad was fresh, man. He
Yes.
was like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
and he's like,
So he.
yeah, he's a straight Samoan, and my dad he ain't small. He's like 6'3", like
Well, yeah, that's
240.
me. Yeah.
Easy.
Wow.
Some of my friends just call him Baby King Kong. So I mean, that's how big my dad is. And I had there was like a lot of us brothers. So I mean, he was just lining us up, and he was like, "You might like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
get us one at a time next."
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you think I know, like in the Polynesian culture, like a lot of the common things you hear from parents after getting a hiding following, they would say, "I'm doing this out of love."
Yeah.
What do you think?
My dad never explained himself. I think
Yeah.
that was one thing about his parenting skills that I try to understand, but you gotta realize that he'd been through a different side of trauma that I never understood, not till I got older, and then I understood what trauma was and understood that that's all he knew. I mean, his dad taught him that,
Yeah.
and he passed it down onto me. But like, I have two sons of my own, but I actually never laid my hands on them.
Damn.
I knew that generation needs to stop, you know. Nothing against my father. I mean, rest in peace.
Baby King Kong's watching this.
He's watching from heaven too, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing as you were exposed to all these great crime and gang violence, being exposed to that, it's pretty hard to grow up as a good moral person.
Yeah.
Would you say, did that kind of impact the way you grew up, like you and your brothers?
Yeah.
The way you probably have to like stand on your toes every time you leave the house.
It's I think it's different because my journey in life has taken a different path.
Yeah.
But you know, I know that some of my brothers they're really struggling overcoming it. I wouldn't say that they like still stuck in it, but I know that you know, they need a better understanding of life, or it's their environment. Like,
Yeah.
it took me to come here to Australia to actually not feel free, but like see there's more to life. Like
Wow.
just being on the land down, praise God. I mean,
Yeah.
just being here just made me open my eyes and understand, man, like you can actually live life, not always on your toes. Like,
Are you saying a lot of this actually came to mind when you actually stepped foot in Australia? You started realizing, that everything could be a better life. And
Yeah.
you didn't have to resort to gang violence and all that stuff.
yeah, like just coming here and seeing see islanders. It's rare to see an islander around my area. 'Cause they're all, you know, they're all like Vatos locals everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was rare to see another islander. But when you do see another islander, like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Moose?" It was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And you act like you've known each other for years.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
But I came here like in 2009. I married my wife. She's Tongan, you know. T-gang.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby.
And I remember saying what's up to, like, I'll see Samoans with Samoan tattoo. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, Moose?" And they'd be like, and I was like, "Oh, damn, it's different out here."
Yeah, wow.
Like, it's very different out here. Like, they don't, it's, I don't know. It really gave me an insight, like, where there's a lot of us now that we don't need to say what's up to each other.
Yeah.
And I think not only that, it's interesting you said that because it's a lot of the gang violence and that between islanders is happening between islanders and islanders.
Yeah.
It's not really when you look at some of the biggest islander gangs here in Sydney and all around Australia, they're always vesting another islander gang. So I think that's impacted the streets in a massive way because a lot of islanders don't know who's with who. So the best thing to do is to not say hi to anyone. You know?
Yeah, like you said, we come from warrior instinct. So because of these wars that have been happening inside prison and out, when you see another islander walk into the barbershop, it's kind of like, oh, I reckon I could take this guy. Like, just subconsciously, you're sizing him up if you see another islander.
We're our own biggest threat.
We're our own biggest threat.
And
100%.
I think if we stuck together, it would be we'll be the bigger threat.
100%.
For sure.
I actually would. I hope to see Sydney like that one day.
For sure.
Like one day where we can actually look at random islanders and be like, "What are you doing, lad? Like, you catching a bus? Let's catch a bus together." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm actually hoping for that day because that's how it is. That's actually how it is in jail for us.
Yeah.
When we see other islanders, it's like, thank God there's another islander here. You know. And it's amazing. Now you just heard it from the brother. That's actually how it is in America.
Yeah.
Mm.
But also in America, I've been through different penitentiaries in California. I didn't want to bring that up, but just going from different penitentiaries, like we have this thing called the other car. So that's the other side riders. We run with the Chinese. So it's all the islanders, the Samoans, Tongans, Fijians, Native American Indians, Chinese, Laos, Cambodian, Vietnamese. There'll be some prisons where I went and I saw that how come the Vietnamese ain't running with us, but they make their own card called the Viets, the V, because there's a lot of them there. So we actually stick together. Some prisons that I've been to, it's called the Uso Kabali, where we all run together. We hold it down. I ain't saying we run it.
Yeah.
But majority of the prisons that I've been through, the Sudanio Court actually runs it.
Yeah.
So, Sudanio means Southern California.
Yeah.
The Mexicans from Southern California downwards is Sudanio.
Okay.
And then from Bakersfield upwards is Norteños, Northerners. So they're like Mexicans that like hang out with the blacks because, they have a lot of blacks up there, like African Americans. There's only one certain part that it's not affiliated with Norteños. They're the Mexicans from Fresno, and they're called the Bulldogs. So they're like, they're some hitters out there. So I think they broke off. I remember in the 90s, they broke off from that line of them. But me, I can't say much. I know that I've been taxed. You know what tax is?
No.
Tax is, they fussy you. Some of the like Delano prison, like I remember I was there playing cards with some of my homies from Santa Anita, cards, kids I grew up with in elementary school.
Yeah.
And we'd be playing cards and the Usos will walk up and like, Sully, get up. Like, I'd be like, damn, man, go to the bathroom and they beat your ass,
Really?
What?
What is that?
That's tax. You get taxed. You can't be doing that.
Oh, so you can't play.
You can't be playing with another race.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And those are kids I grew up with from kindergarten. You know what I mean? Because remember, I grew up in a Mexican hood. So a lot of the Usos.
So you would have different races that you were familiar with.
Yeah. Well, we don't deal with the essays.
You can't.
The Mexicans at all. They deal with the Woods, which is the white guys.
The white people? Oh, yeah. Well, what else would you call it?
Yeah, we're in the woke era, so
Yeah.
I don't want the terror to come back.
And walk us through those prison politics. What would you say as like the top 3 things that you shouldn't do in those penitentiaries?
The less you know, the longer you'll live.
Yeah.
Try not to deal with. Well, they'll break it down to you. Like for instance, when I first went in there, I didn't know the ins and out, and I was only like 18. So when I arrived, I had some dudes follow me around the yard, and they were like, "Sully, you Uso?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm Uso." And they were like, you gotta hold it down. So I was trying to hold it down. I was like this, "Yeah, I'm Uso," trying to I was staunch back at.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, look, see right there, we got our own time on the yard to do the workout sessions." This is back in the 90s, 96, 97, 98, 99. So back during that time, there were different politics. I don't know now, but I do know that it was very segregated. And we couldn't be dealing with the other
races
whatsoever. We only play basketball with the blacks. And the blacks, there'll be 3 different cars for the blacks. You got the Crips, you got the Brothers, which is just African Americans that don't gangbang. And then you got the Bloods.
Well,
Yeah. So we play basketball with them. We play dominoes with them, like card games.
Yeah.
But the essays will deal with the lowrider Nazis. So they're the white dudes. And then you got 3 different cards with the white dudes. You got the Woods, which is just normal hippie.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, just yeah.
And then you have the Aryan Brotherhood, and then but the strong one was lowrider Nazi during that time. Yeah,
I think I've seen a documentary.
Bro, yeah, is that what that movie was based on? That movie when, because that's where I got the Woods from. There's that movie when they had the Nazi, that guy, they got the bald guy.
yeah, I've seen that
tattoo.
movie.
Yeah.
He gets locked up, and then that's where I remember the Woods, because I just heard you mention it. From that movie, they called them the Woods.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. But you don't deal with them at all either. Just because they deal with the essays.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It gets really bad in there because I'd say out of I remember I was at Wasco and I was waiting on my visitor. And while I was waiting on my visitor, there was one of the Woods. He was just talking too much, and he was saying, yeah, I'm going to get he was going to keister in a bag, like
Like
Okay,
a ball or something?
yeah.
Like a ball, yeah.
So a ball will contain like heroin, like heroin, like
Yeah.
needles. I mean, some of these things are like as big as,
Yeah.
and they'll stuff that all over, like,
And they compress everything.
they compress it and they stick it up or swallow balloons. Well, this guy had a lot to say about he's getting a shipment coming in. But I remember that the alarm went off and I was like, get down. So we all had to recheck. They actually killed the dude, the trustees, the guys that were mopping, they killed him. They opened up his stomach and there was nothing. They got him before he even got the visit.
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's why the Woods,
Holy-
man, they ain't no joke, bro.
Well, that's crazy.
I know
man.
us Islanders, we don't deal with the drug trade in there.
Oh, so he's got he's just leave it as it is.
Well, I know during the 90s. See, I'm speaking on behalf of before 2000.
yeah, that
Yeah.
generation, yeah.
Just to, because I don't want people.
Because it may be different now.
It will definitely be different now. Just in case someone in the comments saying, yeah.
We get a lot of that, yeah, on our comments.
Yeah,
There's so many
I'll
of
talk,
them.
they can look me up.
Yeah. Damn.
Man, look, I'm assuming the Islanders, you guys wouldn't have had that much numbers in there. So.
No, we didn't. There was a rule at Chino prison during that time. I remember in 1995, they actually said no more than 5 Samoans can be in the yard.
No way, they done that.
Why is
That's what
that?
they do here in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really limit the Islanders. What do you think that is?
Because I think there was like 13 of them, and they would make Pruno, alcohol.
Alcohol.
So they'll make Pruno get drunk and start beating the crap out of all.
Damn. So alcohol in Islanders is a
Imagine-
worldwide thing.
very,
It's not
very
just here in
Polynesian,
Australia.
Imagine alcohol with Islanders in jail, but that's a
It's not a good thing.
Mm,
Not a good thing at all.
I remember they do it here pretty much.
The homebrew?
No, not
When they make
homebrew,
the
but
homebrew?
the Islanders, there's always trouble when there's more than
Limited, yeah.
five Islanders. So a lot of jails, they try to keep max free.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll have 5 and then you'll get tipped somewhere. That's what happened with me. That's
That's
what
what
happened
happened
with
with me and this guy.
So
So on our
we
first
were
week,
together for a day.
bro,
I remember us
Let's
just
say-
playing in the yard and the screws are looking at us like this.
Nah,
And then
they didn't
the
like
next
it,
day
man.
they're like, Ronnie on the truck.
Yeah. One of
Yeah.
you's out. And speaking about that, were you ever locked up together with your brothers or?
Yeah. One of them was my cellmate,
Wow.
my brother on top of me.
Hmm.
He actually saved my life. He always brings it up too. I don't know why.
Let us hear it one more time, please.
Yeah. Well, I was about 15. I saw the ice cream truck pull up, and it was the Cambodians. They sell drugs. So when the ice cream truck comes in, they've already finished the night off. I saw it, and I was scoping them out, and I was on the ice, And
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. So I started climbing the fence. It's like about 6 houses down. And I was on the fence, climbing. I looked across and I saw that the table had, all this cash, but it was in plastic. So I was like, yeah, I want to jack these fools. And, jumped down and went crawling up in the patio, got in there under the table. I grabbed like, I think it was like 10 or 20 grand.
Mm.
And I got greedy and I went for another brick. And, this guy named Sumsack, we know him,
Yeah.
he came out with a Tommy gun. You know, those old school, with
the drum?
yeah, drum. There's a lot of those out there in the streets of LA. So
Yeah.
he came and he pistol whipped me, and I must have passed out, but I woke up and I was tied up and I was, they dragged me into the trunk.
No way.
Yeah. And I was just praying to Jesus. I was like, please, Lord. And I was just like, just crying my eyes off.
Yeah.
And I think the car went around the corner and it got in a car accident, and the trunk opened up and it was my brother. He had a 357 and he was shooting. He was like, hurry up, nigga, get out of the car, fool.
Wow. What a story, bro.
And he dragged me out, and while we were running, we got to my house and he threw me against the wall. He was like, where's the money? Where's the money, nigga? Like this.
He saved you to find the money.
And I asked him years later, we just forgot about it because the Cambodians, they came the next day in their little Fast and Furious little toy cars.
Oh yeah.
And this is back in 94. And they were like, I better not find you in front of my house again. And I was like, whatever, man. And I asked my brother, I said, dude, man, how'd you know that they had me gaffled up? And he said, man, I saw you little bitch ass walking on the fence, so I followed you. I saw you get pistol whipped, crying like a little bitch. Then that's when he went and had to steal the neighbor's car to crash into their car.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What a brother. What a brother.
Bro.
Yeah.
What a brother.
Sam, if that was me, I would bring it up to them for the rest of my life.
He still does. But
Man, what a story, man. That's crazy.
not knowing 5 years later, me and him are sharing a cell.
Yeah.
And
You guys would have had a mad yarn and they're mad nights talking.
the guards will always complain, knock it off, because this guy always want to do the wrap the hands boxing.
Ah.
Play fight.
Yeah.
But he be doing it for reals. But I let him go because he's the older brother.
Yeah.
But I remember that was the last time I still haven't met him physical since 1997.
Since jail?
Since then, yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
what happened? Did you get released or?
No, he got transferred. He was doing 9 years. He went to Ironwood to this maximum security level 3-4 yard in Blythe, somewhere near Arizona. And then they shipped me up north a couple weeks later.
And where was your other brothers during that time? Are they still inside or are they all out?
The year before, my other brother passed away. He died in my arms. I'll just overpass that because I didn't know. He has 4 sons. One of them was in the army, so that was a lot of trauma going on. Thug life was embedded in our hearts. I don't care no more. If you lose your brother,
Yeah.
it kind of
shifts you. Yeah, for
I
sure.
think it's sort of similar to how we didn't lose our older brother, but he went into prison, and it's like our brotherhood sort of just crashed.
we
We didn't know what to do.
Yeah. That's why I look at you guys and I'm like, damn, man, it would have been cool if I would have had 2 of them are gone to be with the Lord. But I think that crippled a lot of us, in a way it did. I believe so.
Man,
There's this thing about having a brotherhood, and I don't think any friendship is as true as you have with your brothers. And I feel like it kind of compels a lot of passion. If something like that tragic happens, it definitely compels you to feel like you need to prove something or do something for them. Man, Powerful.
Crazy.
That's
Yeah.
powerful, man.
Powerful.
No, it made all of us do more gangster stuff. Like during that time when we were somewhere else, my other brother was serving like 6 years at Lompoc, like where Suge Knight was at. So
Yeah.
we were everywhere. But that brother of mine that was in Lompoc, he shot me a kite when I was at San Pedro, and I read the kite, and it says, "Why you keep getting taxed by the Usos?"
So the kite is like the
Message.
It's like a note.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And they'll be like real tiny, so you'll write it, and they'll be passed on. People getting transferred from one prison to another, it'll get to you. But I remember it says, "Stop playing cards with your homies," like But it's my homies. I didn't grow up like
were they just
Yeah.
joking, or were they like, was this actually politics?
my brother, because my brother, I think he was shot calling at that area, but he was letting me know, hey, you need to stop playing cards with the essays. And it was kind of hard because even the essays were like, hey man, we got your back, Holmes. No, for Sedio Beldo, and I'll be like, I know, man,
Hey,
but still, I gotta
fuck.
be with my peoples, man.
Would it be fair to say that you kind of like you wanted to stand against the grain and against all of the politics that were existing at that time, just for what you believed, was fair?
Oh, there was times where I wanted to run with the essays anyways because I knew them more than
You grew up with them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and they were deep. They were running, I think, every prison in California.
Yeah, well,
The Sureños, they're very different.
I'm pretty sure they're on every single documentary you can see. Yeah.
The Southerners, and like I didn't want to run with them because they were like the strongest. It was more like because I knew them all.
You knew them. As you should, bro.
Yeah.
As you should.
Tell us about that feeling of you told us that last time you seen your brother, like when you left prison. I can remember from my time, my last day seeing this guy. That was very hurtful for me. Like I had that picture stained in my head for years.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about your experience that last day? It's your last day you're gonna see him.
Oh, it was just quiet in the cell the whole time.
Damn.
You don't want to say anything.
You're like, yes.
He was finally letting me win in chess. Like we'll be playing chess,
Yeah.
and it was just quiet. And like I'm like, why are you letting me win, man? I'll be like, but he did kind of leave I don't know if he autistic or something, but the day that he left, they were transferring him around 2:00 in the morning, and my man, as soon as the cell closed, I said, all right, man, I love you. Like I was in tears, but my man was like, if anybody touches my little brother, come back, I'm gonna kill y'all. Great, this guy just sent me.
Later.
then he's
I'll
going.
catch you later.
Later, though.
So, that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth a bit. I mean, I didn't want to come out of my cell, but
Yeah.
you know, I was glad I got transferred out of that place because a lot of people were giving me that look, like, because you don't know, like, prison there, it's like, it's very secretive. Like, everyone looks like the air is thick. Like, you could just cut that air is so thick that you can cut it with the butter knife, and that thing, it's thick. So I was paranoid most of the time. I needed to stay on my feet, and just hold it down until, because we had to be writers, you know. Once you hit the yard, man, you be like, what, nigga? Yeah, I'm from Santa Ana. You know, you got to represent.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You have to, otherwise
you
get ran over pretty much.
I never buckled. And even when I got texts from the Usos, like, I got so used to it that I was like, all right, man, just don't hit me in the face. And I'd be like, so you kind of get immune to it a bit. So,
Did that ever like cause resentment in your heart, like towards your culture?
dude, I was mad the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was aggro. I just hated it, and I hated it. Like it doesn't bother me now that I've overcome. I've understand how to work and channel my way out of the trauma.
Yeah.
But it was just I was just a mean person. I've been the same size since, but like a lot more bigger. Like, I mean,
Yeah. But
not
you're
as,
still big, yeah.
not as big as.
What do you think was the most impactful situation? Me knowing you, you're very knowledgeable in the Word of God, the Bible, and you're very vocal about your belief in God and what He's done for you. Tell us about your most traumatic experience that made you shift your way, and basically how you started that relationship with God, because I know they probably coexist together.
Yeah. It just came out of nowhere. It was more I say it's my wife, you know. When I first saw her, something was prompting inside my heart that she's gonna be my wife. And during that time I said a salvation prayer, and it was the first time that I was with my man Ukes, and we were playing dominoes, and I said this prayer through a phone, thinking nothing of it. I was like, just playing dominoes. And I was like, yes, he died and he rose again. And during that time when I was playing dominoes and talking, repeating this prayer, the roof actually in the spiritual realm, it just broke in half, and all this light. And remember, this was like 11 o'clock at night, and all this light just came down, and I just felt all this warmth, like of love. Like, I just started crying, and even my boy was playing dominoes. Was like, "Oh, what's wrong? You all right? You all?" And I went outside, and I was like, this light keeps following me. I was like, trying not to cry, but I cried for about 3 days. And then, since then, I went to that Bible school, married my wife after the first year, and I didn't know I was going to be there for 4 years. Yeah. So God is good, you know.
All the time, bro.
When I look at my life now, and I see now that I'm here in Australia, only God can get you out of a pit and pull you out of a place of darkness and put you into a light. Now, like nowadays, like the last 8 years, I've been working in the youth department.
Yeah.
Helping young youths reduce their recidivism, and finding ways to overcome their criminogenic needs, and understanding their trauma, because a lot of it has to do with trauma. It's not about being followers or anything like that. It's more like, if you look at the trauma that you've actually faced, like me, I can overcome my trauma because I got God, and I understand that there is an afterlife. But with these young people, they still don't have an understanding. Like the Bible actually says, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. It's like they just don't have that knowledge of it. And if we can just cater to them, it will speak more volumes for them to understand. Not Bible bash them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a way of actually having to minister to them.
Having them listen.
Yeah.
So were you ever going, when you were in jail back in America, were you ever, did you ever come across the Bible?
No.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So this was all post lockup.
Yeah. I was still living that thug life. Like, it was like just I was never as talkative now, but back then I was always quiet and always giving a dirty look for no reason. Like, I was always like, man, check this vato out. Is there? Like, I don't know. It was like, I look back now, I'm like, why were you even like that? Man, you ain't even hard. It's like, but
it's the way you grew up.
Yeah. Like, I was raised in the Mormon church, Santa Ana 4th Ward. Like, my parents are devout Mormons.
Yeah.
When I was 15, my mom, said, got into it with my father and said, we're going to go to Seventh-day Adventist church. And then I got baptized in the Seventh-day Adventist church. Got baptized in the Catholic church. I was just a lost person.
So this is you as a kid.
Yeah. And I just didn't understand. I mean, I saw all my homies, they were like, the Catholic, like this right here, like, I mean, I got it when I was a kid, but like this actually was all in Spanish. It says, "Please forgive me, mother, for my crazy life." And like all my homies had it in Spanish, but I was like, no, I have mine in English. Yeah. So it was always about that crazy life, you know.
That's a mad piece.
That's mad.
If you got a
Oh, it's
photo,
ugly.
we'll be
It's-
mad if we can post. But
It's ugly. It's,
oh,
I mean, you could tell it's old.
Yeah.
You know, so
Um,
it's like,
for those that don't know, Sam actually used to have he used to do a bit of a gig. I don't know if he still does it now. This was back then. He used to do a lot of artwork, and he done a bit of my artwork. I'll show you his now. No, I can't take off my shirt, but I need to stay married.
Wow,
man,
so
you kept
tattooing.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do tattooing. I learned in jail, so
Yeah,
I still do it now.
yeah. So you done a lot of the boys' pieces in there.
Yeah.
How
A lot
how
of
does it work?
practice.
How does it work in there? Do you guys sort of like do it?
how
at
do
a
you make
bar?
the actual pens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you make it with a lead pencil, CD motor
Mm.
Yeah.
to make it spin, toothbrush for the holster, and then for the needle was a guitar string number 2.
Yeah.
So you stick
yes.
that through, and then you sharpen it on floor or any filer.
Yeah.
And then how to hold it still is, the lighter.
Yeah.
There's that part where the flame comes. So
Yeah.
you get that little bit, and you stick it in front of just to hold it.
And it holds it.
Yeah, it holds it steady. The
Oh,
needle.
so the ink itself is from the pencil.
No, you make your own ink as well.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
the pencil, those lead pencil, you just cut it in half.
Mm.
So you tape that part onto a toothbrush
To hold it
toothbrush
as
to
a
hold
handle.
it, and then the motor, so the needle can go through.
Yeah. There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Don't try to do this at home.
Do not do this at home.
Was that like your way of making money inside jail?
Yeah, I know that my parents were struggling, having to send a lot of us money for our books because the commissary. You guys,
Yeah, buy-ups they call it here. Is it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, boys.
Yeah, they call it
Yeah.
bugs.
yeah. So I know that I didn't want to struggle my parents through it, but I do remember the homies will be like, "So like, man, you know how to draw?" And I used to draw a lot, and they were like, "Make this guy a gun," So just became slanging the ink,
Mm.
like names for like 4 soups and a candy bar, So my commissary was always full.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's mad.
Yeah.
Is there any plans for you to go back? I can imagine there'll be so much trauma, especially knowing that your whole life just
Yeah.
went 180 when you got back. Is there any plans to go back?
There's plans to going back. Right now, I know there's a lot of things going on. A lot of ICE, what do you call it? Immigration.
Yeah.
So I'll let that die a little bit down, but, planning on going back to take my kids, show them where I come from,
Mm.
Yeah.
and, all my family are still there. Yeah.
It's a powerful testimony. I've always wondered what it was like for the islanders that grow up in a life of crime over there. Because over here, it's. I feel like a lot of us choose to be bad, and it sort of seems I could be wrong. It sort of seems like you guys over there have no choice but to grow up in that lifestyle. That's the only way to be.
Right. None of us were getting dragged in ice cream vans, bro. That's for sure. With Tommy guns at our heads, bro. Damn.
Yeah. I think it's just an environment you grow up with.
Yeah.
I mean, we were broke. I mean,
Yeah.
literally just getting by.
Mm.
And you do want the finer things when you go to school. You want to sport the freshest Nikes and
Yeah.
the fresh dress. I think that's what pushed us to the edge. And it was always negatives everywhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be a gangster.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot more shootings. Obviously, that happens in America compared to here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that is another reason why boys sort of have to find like a gang that they can, be at home with because of the violence?
Because of the gun,
violence.
the gun control there, right? Is so like different to here.
Back then, you can get a gun. Probably, well, you can get a gun easily. There's just connections everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I was just, hey, dude, man, you know where I can get a Glock? And, oh yeah, man, the homie right here, and that's how it just comes by.
Well,
without even going to no shop or anything like that.
without going to the shops.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is connections.
Yeah.
It's not what you know, it's who you know. So
Yeah.
if you and you have a lot of boys, so there's always connection. Someone pushing a burnt gun, so
Yeah.
you got to be careful from that. Burnt has in
It's been used.
yeah.
Yeah. And we were speaking a little bit before the podcast on islanders that come from America and then their accents get washed out. But you've been here for how long you've been?
16 years.
16 years. You've
I've
been
been
here.
married. I've been married 16 years too.
16 years.
And
And
it's still pretty strong.
do you feel like you're holding on to the accent as strong as you can? Or?
Strangling like this.
It's like I'm trying my best to get into the Australian accent, but I just feel like I'm trying too hard.
Too hard, yeah.
Yeah. Like I say things. Even my wife's family be saying, "Man, we don't even say that." Like I parked the car in the parking lot. It's really hard. I think because all my until my 20s, then I came out here. I came out here when I was 30.
Yeah.
I got married 16 years ago. So, yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get the Australian accent down.
It's pretty thick, eh? Do you think if we go to America, we'd have the same experience? Everyone will kind of look at us like, bro, what's wrong with this guy?
I don't know, man. You guys will be swimming in women, bro.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine, but like going to America, like I hear a lot of the stories from the boys. I was actually locked up with some Islanders that have been to America, very solid dudes.
Yeah.
It's always mad to get insight on the life that you guys live because it's totally opposite to us and like it's a whole different environment. And man, it's just always interesting to see the way you guys deal with that situation. Obviously, here the gangs are different. It's more underworld stuff, and the Islanders get involved and start, becoming like the muscle for everyone.
And an interesting topic you said as well that I've actually just realized now is that you were saying how the Islanders over there, they're so happy to see each other, but over here, it's kind of like, that's something, guys, we need to look into because, man, like the brother said, we're stronger together as a people, bro.
I'm praying for
100%.
the day that happens because I do know what he's talking about. It does for me myself. It happens a lot when I see random Islanders. Like people look at me like, is this guy 21 District or what? Like, is he, one of these gangs? But yeah, I'm praying for that day to happen. But like, it's always good for us to stick together, man. And I actually love that. Like the Samoans and Tongans get along really well here.
See, my last cellmate, he was Tongan, Beef from TCG.
TCG.
What's up, Beef?
Shout out, Beef. Oh,
Yeah.
Tonga Crip Gang? Is that TCG?
Yeah, TC. Tongan Crit.
Damn.
So, yeah, I remember him leaving too. He was one of the closest persons that I was with. He always gave me the heads up on game.
Yeah.
And he was it was rare for a Tongan to shave his head bald. He was big, like
Yeah, because you usually always see Samoans and Tongans there with long ass hair, bro.
yeah.
Like always long hair.
In rugby now, there's a lot of rallies going on.
Yeah.
We're going to post them up in here. And look at this guy, and this guy.
Everyone's doing it now.
It's becoming the popular hairstyle, the mullet, the long mullet. I don't know if you've seen it, the braided mullet.
I was bald all that time. I only started growing my hair as I got older.
Yeah.
Just in Santa Ana, all the Mexicans wear bald heads, so I was always bicking it, like shaved.
Yeah. Wow.
Like every morning, I'll be like bicking my my head. Like,
Damn.
it's just the style,
Yeah.
And
you would have like blended in well.
Yeah,
with
you
the
would have
Mexicans,
definitely
right?
passed as an essay, bro.
Yeah.
Straight out.
Well, I mean, because it's the homies,
Yeah.
I know a lot of Samoans like collide with them.
Yeah.
Like I remember talking to a lot of Usos that were from, because a lot of the Usos, they from blood and Crip gangs.
Yeah.
And I remember them always saying, "Man, you from SA gang?" I'm like, "Nah, man. I'm just like I always try to
Yeah.
Yeah.
put it aside because I feel like they're bringing things up to get
Yeah,
taxed.
it's
Yeah.
awkward.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't want to get fussy again. It's like it's useless because you have to stand there and just take it.
But would there like say say you were hanging out with your mates who were Mexicans or like would they do anything about this or would is it something that they can't do anything about?
Is it some? Yeah.
Like say you're getting taxed.
No, they always tell me because it's not their place.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
remember, it's all structured.
Yeah.
You can't be putting your nose into other people's businesses.
Mm.
If I failed, then that's on me. But they're not going to risk their whole group just because of one dude.
Yeah.
But they always ask me. They were like, "Hey, we got your back." It's like, nah, man, sorry. I just didn't want the drama.
Yeah, because then it'll be another war.
Yeah.
And this tax doesn't happen in the open, does it? Like it happens hidden away
Yeah, it has,
in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
'cause you don't want the COs, the correctional officers.
Yeah.
Be, throwing. Remember, in there, it's very different. If there's any nonsense going on, they shoot. So there's these big signs everywhere, like in the day room, in the yard, it says, warning, no warning shots are to be fired. So those guys are standing up there just waiting for a little bit of...
They just want to pull it.
Yeah, they're just itching, eh?
So that's why it needs to be even if you have beef with somebody one-on-one, you go handle that on your own.
In the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do the essays do their own boys tax their own boys as well? So say if they were to hang
Yeah.
out with you.
Ruthless with them, they hit the face.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Damn.
fuck, that is pretty full on, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, what was I gonna say? I completely forgot.
What's your like? Because I know now you've moved up to you're in Brisbane now, eh?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Because I know you probably had different foods in America.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food like here in Australia just for takeaway?
The Turkish, man. You just
Yeah.
cannot mess with the Turkish, man.
Yeah.
Those mixed shish plates.
Yeah, the
You
meat.
cannot mess with that charcoal, man.
Yeah.
That thing feels like heaven,
That's exactly what thing said, Saya. It's like the kebabs.
Yeah,
You love the
that's the
kebabs.
kebabs.
Yeah.
The kebabs are one thing, but remember those shish ones? They're cooked on the charcoal.
Yeah, with the meat.
shish one, yeah.
That thing,
That's
Juicy.
where Saya's missing out. That's
that
another
thing-
level.
that thing just melts in your mouth, man.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Tell
good.
us, tell us about a bit more about your journey with God. So you've turned your life around.
Yeah.
Has there ever been any patches where you felt like, I don't know if this is the right way? I came from this background full of violence and gang culture.
Yeah.
Did you ever think for a second like, this is not for me?
Yeah. My first year, I struggled a lot. Like I kept on stumbling, but there was the dean of students during that time, my first year, he actually walked side by side and helped me through. Always carrying the word, He always says, hey, look at, 2 Corinthians 5:17, it says that you're a new person. You know what I mean? All things are passed away. So when you really look at that, it's already been thrown and tossed into the sea of forgetfulness. So, what you've done in your past, God has forgiven you, and you are now standing right side with God. So, that's helped me through a lot. And just growing with God, doing children's ministry, youth ministry, even prison ministry. I actually preached over that Park Lee.
Wow.
I was invited by Pastor Gilbert.
Damn.
I came in there and I remember sharing life being incarcerated, but having to overcome with God. So I actually took my wife with me. She was pretty surprised too. But this is what God can do. He can take you from one place out of jail from here and go preach in another
preaching here,
in another place. So
that's amazing. I can imagine the boys would have been very shocked to hear your story.
Yeah. I've actually ministered to the 150 kids in Tonga, Tupou College.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've actually traveled to Tonga and I mean, Tonga.
Yeah.
Somebody corrected me at that. It's not Tonga, it's Tonga.
American was coming out.
So we went. I was invited by the Women's Crisis Center,
Yeah.
and we went with this church, Sydney House of Praise, and I got to share to the 150 students of DuPont College. Those 150 were being punished. They weren't feeding them, I guess. They went behind the backs to this hostel place. That house. What's that red school?
Atele.
Yeah. There was about 50 students in there, and they burnt it down, the 2-story house. And,
Really?
Yeah.
What?
And, one of the head boys from Atele came out, and because it was like a big old bin, trash can.
Yeah.
They filled it up with fire, and they threw it in the house. So he ended up with all these burns, but the head boy, being the head boy, he grabbed it and he came out, and then they just bombed on him, all of them.
Wow.
And then they ran all in the back of the, because there's the main road, and to get to DuPont College is pretty far. And this is in the middle of the night. All 150 kids were just running like ninjas in the back of the jungle to get back.
And that's like because of the school beef that was going on.
Yeah. That was 2013.
Oh no! I had no clue. The ball was because I do know about a lot of
Leahona and Atele.
Yeah,
They were
Leahona. So in Tonga, for those of you who don't know, the schools are they're pretty much like postcode gangs,
Yeah.
or like street gangs. In my island, there's no gangs, but there's schools going all the way with each other. They're literally trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
One of the most prominent ones is Leahona, which is the green school, and Atele, which is the red school. There's also Toloa, dark blue and black. They also have their history as well. That's where my dad went. That's where he went, eh?
Yeah.
He's got the TCC on his.
Yeah, and I see. That's just another example of how it is everywhere. Like, because a lot of people were shocked that, when it came to postcode wars, they were saying, like, how do you guys get involved in this where you're, back in your area? But, no one knows that this is happening
Even
everywhere.
in our homeland.
So every single country, and I can imagine, you will probably know, in America, sometimes it even comes down the streets.
Yeah.
What street are you passing? Are you on the wrong street?
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was shocked to the core because, we got to go 25 minutes down to go to war. So, but people from America, some of them go down the road and they go on the wall,
And now that we've established that it's even happening back at home, I don't know if is that the case in Samoa as well? Do schools beef like that? Or is it just Tonga? Oh, sweet.
I don't
Bloody Tongans, bro.
Samoa is different. It's just a different kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think it's the overseas and the locals. So
that's that come and stir it up.
yeah.
The
Locals don't play around, man. They be like, shh.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely power in those old school. Those old school people, I believe in that type. Them hidings are different.
Oh, they're very different.
So when you went to the bowl, were they asking you to come because there's a whole brawl going on? Kids are trying to burn up houses. Up there, that is unheard of.
They were being punished during that time, but it was we were with the women's crisis. We were praying for that's near the hospital.
Yeah.
And then they said that they were going to DuPont College for these kids that did a very hideous thing toward those students. So we went out there, and I got to speak to them about the love of God. Just shared on my story and just told them, hey, look, man, you can overcome it. God is good, and He's faithful. He's not a God that just doesn't forget about you. Just remember, He's always there. Yeah. I was also Tonga College.
Tonga High?
Yeah, that looked like Beverly Hills.
Wow.
All the kids were like suited up. I was like, dang, man.
Yeah.
Very different.
They were like the high class. They were like
Tonga High.
School.
Yeah.
They were always known as the because a lot of our schools the students speak Tongan.
Yeah.
And Tonga High was like one of those school with the smart kids that speak
They
English.
speak English.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
So they're all
Yeah.
like, up there.
Yeah.
That's how we looked at it. Like,
Because we used to try to speak English, and we went to Lavenga Malia, one of the more I don't want to use the wrong term, one of the more average kind of schools.
Yeah.
But we tried to speak English, bro. We got bullied. Like we got like, well, I don't know if I'm speaking for you. I got bullied. Did you guys get bullied?
yeah, we got.
Is that just me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, used to. Yeah, so we try to speak English, and then they kind of look down upon it, like, bro, is this?
It's sort of like Samoa, like because we're not from there.
Yeah, they'll be like,
you
bro,
guys-
this guy thinks he's bigger. Like you know what I mean? He thinks he's like something different than us.
Yeah.
Samoa is different. It wasn't. The locals are good. Period. It's just the overseas ones that.
Oh, so
Yeah, what up? Cuz? It's like
they come down with the gang culture and everything.
that's what the clashes happen.
Yeah.
It's like no. You,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
you need to take that back, blood.
Yeah.
So
So that becomes like a big problem. I think I'm pretty sure Tonga's like that now as well with the 501 boys going back.
yeah.
You know, I was speaking with my mate the other day on the gun control laws in. Obviously, right now, America there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot of like interesting,
Too
more than
much,
interesting
too
things
much.
have been happening
Yeah.
recently, especially in America. And I've got to say that the gun control, like Australia gets a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But I think the gun control they've got right. Like
Yeah.
there are still shootings, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, like we have a pretty strong border force.
Yeah.
And you coming from America, you obviously I would hope so. You see less guns over here in Australia and a lot less gun crimes.
Yeah.
Do you think America has, like, where do you think that their progression is going towards the future?
Well, I mean, if you look at Australia, it's 28 million people.
Yeah.
If you look at America, there's 500 million.
Damn,
So-
that's true.
I believe that it's needed.
Yeah.
For one reason is because there's a lot of criminals out there, and you need to protect your home. Like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, someone breaks into your house with like a 9mm. I mean, that's a perfect time where you pull out your AK-47 and say hello to a little, But
Yeah.
like, I believe it's for protection. I
Yeah.
don't think it should be used to attack those. I think that's only one reason why I think it would be all right. It's just
That's
it's
interesting.
just too many people.
Yeah. And I guess it's already deep rooted. Hey, so
Yeah.
you can't just all of a sudden say, all right,
Yeah.
you can't hold guns anymore. Because then you got a lot of like whackheads that still have guns
Yeah.
and they're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening here. So we got the gun crime is the gun laws are very strong. So we only got the criminals that are holding guns.
Yeah.
No one else is holding
Yeah.
guns.
And that's why it shouldn't, like, to me, if they do that gun control, the criminals are going to hold on to theirs.
Yeah,
Mm.
100%.
You're going to see everyone that legally purchased their
guns.
artillery from the shops. They already know where your address is at. They'll go and collect it. But what about the criminals that are not
Got it illegally, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I don't want to get slandered.
We're going to hashtag Donald Trump in this segment, right?
We're just going through this time of chaos. I believe, like America's going through this time of chaos where there's a lot of things going on, and I don't want to say things that will jeopardize you guys' show or myself. It's just more like it's.
Say whatever
We
you
got-
want. We
Say
don't-
whatever
we're
you
ready
want,
to get
bro.
cancelled
Yeah,
at
we're
any
pretty-
But
point.
I'm actually surprised we haven't got cancelled this far.
It's just woke, you know what I mean? People are happy. Like, for instance, there was this man of God that would go to different universities and speak on situations for college students to think before they commit things.
Yeah.
And while he's going to different universities and giving a fair debate, you have people that would edit some of the things that he says and then say, "Oh, he's a racist, he's a bigot."
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a
I think
this
I
and
know
that.
you're talking about. Yeah.
And then he gets smoked, and then they celebrate. Like, like what's there to celebrate about?
What crazy.
Like all I got from the man, like me, I don't stand right, I don't stand left, but all I stand for is people that ambassadors of God. So that's one of my homies that got smoked on live TV. So, like, that's where I stand at. And
I think that's all of us. That's all of us. And like, I never really got to really dive into any of his content or anything, but like any man that is consistently declaring God,
Amen,
Jesus, and like, you automatically see it as your brother. Huh? Like, no matter what they're going through, this brother's on the right track to Jesus. So I get what you're saying, but they always feel like a brother, and it's a very shit go what happened, but
I also think that, like, even because I saw a lot of people who were unsure, and there was a lot of them. A lot of people were unsure, but then because of the backlash and everyone that mocked the death, that kind of like, what's this? And like, it kind of took people by shock. Like, well, now I know who's the crazy side, and now I know who's the normal side.
Yeah,
and I think for me as well, I've changed. Like, of having enemies and being through like postcode wars, I've kind of changed my perception on like, when an enemy falls, it's not kind of a manly thing to laugh. You know what I mean? Like, or to mock. Like, you bid, like back in the medieval days, you bid farewell. Once you've won the war, you let them take the hostages back. There's always a mutual manly, like, honorable respect. And I'd find it more of a cowardice nature to laugh and mock and hide behind the gate and say, look at this. Whereas these people that do that, these are not people that would be bold enough to stand on the front enemy lines and proclaim what they believe. Maybe I'm going a bit too deep. I don't know. Is that going a bit too deep?
I love the way you put that, man. I've never seen it like that. But
you're right about that. Like, right now is the time where, like, I'm grateful that you guys have a platform where you guys can be a light and actually show that the love of Christ through these podcasts, because like, a lot of us don't know. So we need to be the instrument that God has had us called and destined to reach out to the lost by these platforms, not to try to change you guys' platform into a platform, but it's just to help those so their hearts can be enlightened and they would understand that Jesus is still alive and well.
That's beautiful, bro.
Oh, no.
That's one of the best advices I've ever heard, man, and I'm grateful for that, man.
Amazing. You've always been a light, like, around me and the family and everyone. Is there any, we're just slowly coming up to the end of it, is there any verse you want to leave, like, basically even with just us brothers
and some advice
and some advice, like, to encourage us
along the years of living?
Never give up. Like, just never give up on the things of God. God has a bright future for you. As for scripture wise, remember what the Bible says, man, in the book of Romans, for as many as being led by the Spirit of God, those are the sons of God. So be led.
Amen.
Try not to be led by your head. Because I know a lot of us, we might think that's good in our head, but what does our heart say? So
what's a message you give out, like, to Christians in general right now, especially for like social media, something that like we'd like to reach out and say to other Christians?
Stand up, like, really stand firm on the word of God. Like, try not to take things out of context, take things out of, like, I know a lot of us will say things like, get on your knees. But where in the Bible does that say? It just says the only way that we receive Jesus is through confession of our mouths and believing in our hearts.
Yeah.
Amen.
So we need to stand up and stop making things up and throwing things in there.
Overcomplicated stuff.
Yeah.
Making it entertaining.
Yeah. Follow what the word says, because, it's an incorruptible seed that was put onto man. It's an invaluable word and it defends itself. So, praise God.
Praise God.
God.
God,
Such a
man.
beautiful message, man. Thank you, everyone that tuned in. For anyone that wants to look a bit more into your ministry and that, where can they find you? Just before I let everyone
Oh
go.
well, I'm not doing ministry at the moment, or tattooing. I'm doing a mix of things. I'm in Brisbane. I don't know what other I should create a platform.
Yeah.
For those that want to hear more, but
We'd love to support you.
We'd
all the
love to
way.
support you.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready with that, let us know. And we're going to support you all the way. You're listening to Bros and Cons. You're here with the best. J Lex, Ron Gotty, Malik, and Sam. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir.